Hello KJA, you're most welcome to this wonderful lesson. My name is Kimuli Robert. I'm going to take you in mathematics. And remember, last time we looked at changing non-decimal base to decimal base. And if you remember, I told you that decimal base is base 10, or at times we call it denary base. So now, today we are going to look at changing from non-decimal base to non-decimal base. For example, you can be asked to change from base 4 to base 5. That is what I mean. And remember, I said that non-decimal bases are those bases that are not in base 10. So please make sure the environment is very free from any disturbance. I'm beginning the lesson. And I say the lesson is changing non-decimal to non-decimal. So make sure you're very attentive and there is no obstruction. Changing non-decimal base to non-decimal base. So we are changing non-decimal base to non-decimal base. Please make sure your work is well organized, because organized work is very easy to revise after some time. So make sure your work is well organized and make sure you're writing well. So now there are some points to note. There are some points to note before we look at this subtopic. One, when changing non-decimal base to non-decimal base, you first change the given base to decimal base. The first thing you do is to first change the given base, to base 10, or at times you may say to decimal, to base 10. Change the given base to base 10. Then after that, the last step you are to take is to change base 10 to the required base, So those are the steps we are going to take as we go through this activity. One, I've said, you first change the given base to base 10. That is the base they have given you, you change it to base 10. Then two, you change base 10, the base 10 you have got here, you change it again to the required base. Now this is my first example. So let us look at the examples. Example 1, change 1, 2, 3 base 5 to base 6, the question is change 1, 2, 3 base 5 to base 6. But remember, I have said that the first step is to change the given base to base 10. So what I'm going to do is to first change 1, 2, 3 base 5 to base 10. That is what I am going to do first. It is important that you indicate what you are going to do. So I'm going to change 1, 2, 3 base 5 to base 10. And remember last time when I was looking at this the subtopic I taught last time, I said that when you are changing from non-decimal to base 10, draw a table. You know, organize and neat work is very important. So draw a table. So I am drawing the table after I split my table into two. Now what I have, my question is a 3-digit numeral. This is a 3-digit numeral. So I split. This side I'll have my digits. Now that is the table drawn. Now after I come up, we have place values. We have place values. Place values of the digits. Then after that we go to this way. I have the numeral given. Numeral given. So now the numeral given is 1, 2, 3. That is the numeral given. But now you look at the base. The question in the base is base 5. Since it is base 5, so we are going to express our place values in power form. And we are using powers of 5. Why powers of 5? Because the question is in base 5. So 5 raised to the power 0, 5 raised to the power 1, and 5 raised to the power 2. So now we are going to expand. You must have learned expansion. To expand is to make in mathematics, to expand is to make something a little longer. So now let us make this a little longer. So we are going to expand. That is 1, 2, 3, base 5 is equal to, now we expand. We expand to change to base 10, which is decimal base. So now that is 1 times 5 raised to the power 2 plus 2 times 5 raised to the power 1 plus 3 times 5 raised to the power 0. So we have expanded. Now we must turn this in short form. And doing that, we will be changing it to base 10, which is decimal base. So now I work out and say that is 1 times 5 raised to the power 2 means multiply 5 repeatedly 2 times. So that is 5 times 5. Remember, the power determines the number of times you are supposed to multiply the base. So plus 2 times 5 raised to the power 1. 5 raised to the power 1 is 5. Remember, we say any number raised to the power 1 is that number itself. Any number raised to the power 1 is that number itself. So 5 raised to the power 1 is 5. Plus 3 times 5 raised to the power 0. 3 times 5 raised to the power 0. Any number raised to the power 0 is 1, even if it's a million. As long as it is raised to the power 0, it is 1. So 5 raised to the power 0 is 1. So now we multiply. 1 times 5. Please, we must do this together. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So that is 25 plus 2 times 5, 10. And lastly, 3 times 1 is 3. Now we add. We are going to add. So now, it is better we group for easy addition. Because at times, if you add at once, at times some of you are bound to fail. So let us combine the two. 25 plus 10, that is 35. Plus 3. Then 35 plus 3, that is 38. But remember, this is in base 10. So we have finished step number 1. Step number 1, we said you first change the given base to base 10. Now let us move to step number 2. So now the next step is now to change. You are going to change 38 base 10. 38 base 10 to the required base. What is the required base in the question? Come back to the question. What is the required base? The required base is 6. The required base is 6. They want the answer to be in base 6. Because they say change 1, 2, 3 base 5 to base 6. So the required base is 6. So that is why we had to first change the given base, which was base 5, to base 10. Then after, we change the result in base 10 to the required base, which is 6. So now, change 38 base 10 to base 6. It is better use a ruler to draw your lines. So now, we are going to change 38 base 10 to Remember last time when I was teaching, if you were very attentive, I said we draw a table. Some people call it a ladder. Whatever you call it, as long as you use it the right way. So now we divide. If you remember, I said we use 3 letters. We have capital N in the middle. We have B, and then we have R. If you remember what I said B stands for the required base. The required base in this case is 6. Why is 6 the required base? Because they want the answer to be given in base 6. So the required base is 6. And the number, the numerator in base 10 is 38. So we write 38 here. Then R stands for the remainders we get. I repeat, B stands for the required base, N stands for the number or numerator in base 10, and R stands for the remainders. So we are now going to divide. At this level of primary 7, you should be knowing how these tables. So we are going to divide. 6 into 38, around how many times? Table 6. 6 into 38, around how many times? That is around 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. 38 minus 36 is 2. So the remainder is 2. So we write 2 on the side of the remainders. So we can still divide by 6. 6 into 6 once. 6 into 6 once. 1 times 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 minus 6, 0. So the remainder is 0. Now remember I said when you're recording your answer. Now we are going to record our answer. We cannot continue dividing. We have already to 1 because you all know that 1 is less than 6. So now we are going to present our answer. How do we do that? I said everything must be with a ruler. So we start from here. That is, then we draw another line, then we move up. So why do I draw this line? Some of you tend to forget. When you are recording, please, you start from your last digit here, then you move up to record your final answer. So now we now conclude and say, therefore, 1, 2, 3 base 5, 1, 2, 3 base 5 is equal to 1, 0, 2, sorry. Please, there is an extra 0. I've written an extra 0. It is 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, base 6. So that is the answer. You have changed 1, 2, 3 base 5 to base 6. So that is our answer in base 6. Now we are going to look at another example. We need more examples to understand this. So you must have written this. We go to the second example. Second example, that is number 2. Change, convert. Let us change and use the word convert. Convert 1101 base 2 to base 3. So the two bases are non-decimal. Remember I said non-decimal bases are those bases that are not base 10. So now I am changing 1101 base 2 to base 3. I'm changing 1101 base 2 to base 3. Now what did I say? Go back to the steps. I said in the first case, you first change the given base to base 10. Which is the given base? The given base is 1101 base 2. So we are changing 1101 base 2 to base 3. So we are changing to base 3. Please, we said you first change the given base to base 10, to base 10. So we first change to base 10. So now we change. Remember I said we change by expanding. So that is 1, 1, 0. If I draw a table, let's draw a table. The table should be drawn. And why do we draw a table? We are drawing a table to easily identify the place values so that we don't make any mistake as we multiply the numerals with the place values. So how many digits has the numeral? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4. So we divide 4. That is 1, 2. So that is it. So now, I said we have the place values up. These are place values. Then we have the numeral given down. Numeral given. Then down we fill the numeral given. The numeral given is a 4-digit number. So that is 1, 1, 0, 1. Now, the given base is base 2. Since the given base is base 2, so we are using powers of 2. So now we shall start with 2 raised to the power 0, 2 raised to the power 1, 2 raised to the power 2, and 2 raised to the power 3. So now we expand to change to base 10. So now this is going to 1, 1, 0, 1 base 2 is equal to 1 times 2 raised to the power 3 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 0. So now that is the expansion, and then we multiply. That is 1 times 2 raised to the power 3 implies to multiply 2 thrice. So that is 2 times 2 times 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power 2. That means you multiply 2 twice. That is 2 times 2 plus 0 times any number raised to the power 1 is that number itself. 2 raised to the power 1 is 2. Lastly, that is 1 times any number raised to the power 0 is 1. So 2 raised to the power 0 is 1. So that is 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, that is 8. Plus 1 times 2, that is 2. 2 times 2, that is 4. Plus 0 times 2. Any number multiplied by 0 is 0, however big it is. When you multiply a number with 0, you get 0. So 0 times 2 is 0. Plus 1 times 1 is 1. So then we add. So that is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 0 plus 1 is 1. So the final answer we get is 1, 3 base 10. So we have got the answer in base 10 or in what we call decimal base. So now we straight away go to the last step. Remember, the last step is to change base 10 to the required base. In this case, the required base is base 3. They want the answer to be in base 3. So now we are changing 1, 3 base 10 to base 3. So we draw a line. So now after that we draw this ladder. Some people call it a ladder. Then we split here. Okay, so now after doing that, we now fill in. This is capital N, stands for the numerator in base 10, and R stands for the remainders, and B stands for the required base. The required base is base 3. The required base is base 3. So since the required base is base 3, so we write 3 there. The numerator in base 10 is what? Is 1, 3. So we write 1, 3. We have not yet got the remainders. We get the remainders after we have divided. Now 3 into 13, around how many times? It's around 4 times. That is 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. 13 minus 12, it's 1. So the remainder is 1. So by 3, we continue. 3 into 4, around how many times? That is once. 1 times 3, that is 3. 4 minus 3, that is 1. So now we have reached our final destination. We can no longer divide 1 by 3. Remember, 1 is less than 3. So what we do now is to record our final answer. So I say get a ruler, draw an arrow of this kind. So that is where you begin. Then you move up. So now we record our final answer as, so it's better you conclude. Organized pupils conclude and say, therefore, what was the question? 1101 base 2 is equal to 1, 1, 1 base 3. I believe with those two examples, you must have understood. And if you have not understood, you will have to repeatedly watch this video. I mean, you will understand, and I'm going to give you a number of questions for practice. So now I straight away give you the activity for today. I'm going to give you the activity for today. So this is the activity for today. This is the activity. One, convert. Convert 1 to 4 base 5 to base 6. Question 2, change. To convert is to change. You shouldn't get confused of these words. That is convert 1, 3, 5 base 6 to base 5. 3, change 1, 3, 6 base 7 to base 5. 4, convert 1 to 2 base 3 to binary. Hey, you must be knowing what binary means. So we go to 5, convert 4, 3, 4 base 6 to base 8. 6, change. And the reason as to why I'm using the word convert, you should get used to this. It means change. To convert is to change. So change 1011 base 2 and another one here. Change 11011 base 2 to base 4. So now, you know this work requires a lot because you have to first change to base 10 and then after that you change to base. After changing from to base 10, you also change to the required base. Otherwise, this is the end of a lesson. The activity is there. Thank you for watching this program and continue loving Kampala Junior Academy. I wish you well.